Yo, what up y'all? My name is Temp. Welcome to my complete walkthrough of the Mountaintops of the Giants. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, please leave a like and subscribe to join the Room Temp Gaming family. It helps out tremendously and is so much appreciated. Alright, so we are starting off in the Forbidden Lands. We are at the Forbidden Lands Site of Grace, which we used the lift at the end of our Lindell walkthrough to get through, and we are heading to the Lift of Rold now. So at the Site of Grace here, we are setting it to nighttime because there is a Knights Cavalry right up the road here. And for now, we are heading at southeast, taking just a little path over here, northeast, I should say. Heading through all the trees. We're just heading northeast. This is a narrow area. Very narrow cliffside on each side. So we're going to take this guy out, and we're going to continue on northeast. We're basically going to be pushing it that direction the entire time until we come up upon a Site of Grace. Just be forewarned, I think I changed builds like 3 times during this entire walkthrough video. I was ending off from this claw build from the last video, which I'll be making, I think, a build for. I think I already did the claw build, so that's already up. But then the next 2 I'll be doing in this video, I'm definitely gonna make build videos for. They're pretty fun. Claw build was fun too. But I don't really like having a buff with Royal Knight's Resolve. Like, I'm not a fan of the Claw or Fist Weapon Ashes of War. So now that he's dead, we're heading east, northeast, jumping over the little bridge there of land. And that beetle's not worth anything but some health pots, which we might as well grab, whatever. We're going to head through some trees, still heading northeast. We're going to come upon a little illusory tree, grab the golden seed, and keep on heading northeast. You'll come across a set of stairs, and there will be a gargoyle that meets you down here. Yes, I clipped some stuff out. I'm not going to show you every single time I die. Make these videos longer. So this guy's pretty vicious. However, I would highly recommend killing him because he gives you his axe and a twin blades. And this is a black blade kindred, which means you get the ones that you can't put Ash of Wars in, I believe. We'll check it out whenever we kill him. I prefer the ones that you can put Ash of Wars in, especially if they don't have any real unique Ashes of War. But check those bad boys out. They're always fun to use, though. They're pretty nice. Alright, so now that we are at the top of the staircase where we fought the gargoyles, we can hit our Site of Grace. This is the Site of Grace for the Grand Lift of Rold. We're going to continue on to the Grand Lift of Rold and hoist our medallion. You do have to interact with it. I'm just going to skip through this. You guys are more than welcome to watch yourself on the cool little cinematic, take some screenshots. And we are going to come out here. We're going to be heading directly to the southeast, making our way over a chain. But before the chain, we're going to grab a few things. And there was the map fragment that I just passed that you can go ahead and grab. We're going to grab this Site of Grace here as well. And depending on what you've done in the game up to this point, you can grab Yura's set of armor. You will find it here on the ground, or you will find him, possibly. Not to spoil anything. So here we are at this photo here. We are not going to take either of the left paths during this video. We're going to take the rightmost path. But you can take each of the other paths, to get to where we are going. They will all intersect at the same point. If you're dying places and you're further ahead on the big chain we're going to get to, go ahead and go to the very most left path and you'll get right there. So we're heading all the way to the right as we were heading to the southeast. And we were just jumping down into these ruins real quick so we can grab some items. There are 2 items here. We're going to grab a bell bearing in here that we can turn in at the round table hold. And then we're going to grab the Zamor Ice Storm spell. That's right in the ruined building across from where we entered that little basement area. So now we're going to head northeast, east. We're going to head up this hill here. We're going to take a left, just keep following it. And this is now getting to the area in which we would be meeting up if you took the left path. That is the little town down there. That we are in the ruined town. So we just took a little detour around just to grab those items. But at any point further than this, if you die, you can just go on that left path and jump up onto the rock side. Alright, so now we have a few things here. We're going to get our last item on this section. Briars of Punishment. We're going to take these guys out. That big prelate dude does drop his gear, and he does drop the whip he uses, which is pretty good if you are a whip user. That with the Petals whip from Hoslow are very, very good. So do consider farming him a bit until you get it. I usually get it within like 10 kills. So, and if you want to try the dual whips out, I would definitely give it a shot with Hoslow's whip if you have that as well. Or you can just farm 2 of the ones that get dropped from this guy. So here is our spell. And now we are going to be moving on to the southeast here directly. We're going to go onto the side of this ledge before taking the chain and do the first large dungeon here, which is the Giant's Mountaintop Catacombs. I shortened it on screen because I don't want it to be all up in your guys' face there. But this is the Giant's Mountaintop Catacombs. There is another Catacombs area here as well later on. So this one's a little bit tricky. It will repeat itself over and over again, kind of the same way previous ones have. So just follow along with me, guys. And we will get through this, hopefully without too many deaths. Even though I know the dungeons took up most the part of what was clipped out from this entire video. Alright, so now we are on a path west. We are hitting a elevator. We just passed all of the imps there. Make sure we kill them so they don't follow us and kill us when we're in a vulnerable area. We're heading all the way down, and there's a trick to this elevator here. If you lift it again, you can hop on the inside section of the elevator and take it even further down. So that is what we're going to do. And you can see the boss door was right up there, so we're not too worried about that. Yeah, we're going to come back there much later. And if I die in this video or any of the other dungeons in this particular walkthrough, go ahead and die with me, you know. It'll probably be much easier, or if I don't explain why I died or why I teleported back, it was because I either died or I absolutely needed to get to a different section of the dungeon without it being too super difficult. So just for future reference there. So if we keep heading on after we took that elevator all the way down, guys, we are going to meet one of these watchdogs. You can run past these guys. They won't follow you into rooms after. They don't really drop anything or much runes, but I'm just going to kill this one because I feel like if you're in somewhere in the game, if you're not going to kill the other ones, at least kill one of them. You know, if you know what's coming, at least give it a shot. You know, if you're dying or something, whatever, just run past them. But I want to get some kills in. You know, I'm also transformed into my new build. I think a little while ago, so that's new. We're on the dual katanas. We are heading north now after the urge, or not the urge ring, the little watchdog. We're going to hit that frost trap. Of course, you can hit them with any ranged objects too. We are going to head to the north here. After we go southwest, yeah, we're going to go south and then head west. Don't step on that plate like I did. We gotta break these imps up before we can carry on. I'm just spamming L2 right now. I'm kind of panicking, not sure why. Alright, heading west again, passing that pressure plate with the arrows that shoot out. We're going to grab this glovewort, ghostwort, whatever they call it. We're going to head back to the T section, head north, past the trap that we had put down. And we're going to head the other way here where another trap is. You can jump into this illusionary wall. There will be an imp in here. That'll be on the right as you're heading north to the trap. And now you can hit it and knock it down. I did die here, so you can go ahead, open up this chest, loot it, and then if you want to die, just die. If not, make your way all the way back, because that is where we are going now. I got slammed there. Yeah, he did not let me recuperate from hitting Y. So I'm going to go all the way back to the site of grace. I'm not going to stay here because we're actually going to take a different path anyway. That's the last thing we needed there. And that was our first item, the Fire Monk Summon. So now we're heading down. We took a right. We're running past all those imps. And we are going to activate the elevator to come back up. Now, if you want to avoid having to do this like this and risk dying every time just by these dumb imps, after you take the elevator down, you're more than welcome to just press it again for it to come back up, but I often don't. I don't know why, but alright, so we are going to take this down. And now we are going to continue on with this floor of the dungeon. Let's check out my notes there, my bad. Alright, so this is where the boss room is. And as we take a left, but right before the boss room, we're going to come into this room with a bunch of imps. There is, I think, 4 total. One of them is on the ceiling, I believe, still. 2 of them are throwing magic pots. Go ahead and take them all out. When you're going through these catacombs, it's good to kind of go slow. So take everything out so you can go slow. And at the end of that room there, we have to the south another elevator. So we're going to hop on off. We're going to run south through the tunnel and past all the little pots that are chilling. We're going to go grab our items in here. Run around because we're scared of the big pot. And we're going to head to the west staircase from the room that the big pot was in. We're not going to stand on that trap. We're going to head south. And we're going to end up in a room with a bunch of butcher knives coming down, butcher blades. Fire pots, run on by them. And we are going to take a left and head east. We're going to go through a room with a bunch of these little fucking octopus things. They're spewing poison. Just run on through them. Alright, now we are in another room with another trap, of course. Big pot. Run by. Grab the shit. And run on back into this room. Before the big pot, we are going to jump down this hole in the wall. Now we are entering another identical section of this dungeon. This will be repeated later on. So we are going to hop on down after grabbing that loot there. We're going to head west, up the stairs, through this little tunnel. Hit the fucking frost trap again. We are out of health potions, but don't worry about it. I'm going to die and clip it out. We're going to head run through that mimic room. All these rooms are kind of mimicked right now. We don't have to go in that pot room, so we're going to take a left, go east. And we're going to run through a similar room with these octopus. There's a fucking huge one now. Run the fuck past that shit. Up these stairs. And we're going to take a left and head down into this other hole in the wall. Carefully landing here. Alright, and now we are on a similar balcony area. So we're going to hop on down. We're going to head north. We're going to take this elevator up. And now we're going to continue north up here. Through the scary tunnel, up the stairs. Run past the watchdog. Grab that loot. Oh, shoot. We're going to run back. Hop on the elevator. That's why we got to clear these guys out. Ugh. Alright, now we're going to lift it up and then let it go up, and we're going to hop underneath the elevator now. We got a big jar guy down there. I'm not going to deal with him though, because I don't want to fall off and run back here. If you do, just skip back in the video. So we're going to head down here and just jump off when you can. Avoid the big guy and head west up the stairs. And of course there's another frost trap and I get hit by it. Because why should I remember that shit? And after that, we are going to head through the Butcher Blades again and take a left up the stairs. We are now heading east. Through an octopus area again. This one's not too bad. And we're going to drop back down here. Drop on down again. And now we're going to head north. And here is another hole we're going to drop down in. Fuck that guy. Now we're going to stay up top here. Head around and there is a lever. So go ahead and pull that lever. I think I actually missed this the first time I went through here. And we're going to head back to the north to our elevator. Now this is our cloned elevator, remember that. Turn around, head north. And we're going to go through our boss door. Alright, good luck. We've done this before, guys. This is easy. Alright, make sure you guys grab the Deathroot from the chest after you kill the ulcerated tree spirit. And we can head on the fuck out of here. And then we are going to head into the next section, which is the western part of Mountaintops of the Giants, part 2. We did the western part 1, now we are on part 2. After these catacombs, we can just come on outside. We're going to go talk to Milicent, do a little quest from her. We're going to ride across this fucking thing. I always called it a chain. I don't know why I said that. There's chains later on, but yeah, it's just a Great Wall of China type of thing here. I can't remember the exact what you would call this other than a wall, but so we're going to head up here. We're going to get to the end. There will be dudes shooting arrows at you. Feel free to take them down when you get there. I think I'm going to be. And there will be a site of grace right up the way from there where we can talk to Milicent. We are going to be backtracking to talk to her at a couple places that we forgot to. So now that we're seeing her again and we can progress just to talk to her a little bit, we are going to. And then we're just going to go grab a few other things. Remind you that you can do Goldmask and Corhyn as well here. However, on this video, we did not get him past the last stage because I have not made the int build required to buy the Law of Regression incantation from him, or to use it. So we have not done that yet. I'll probably put that in a little bit later. If you're following the walkthrough along, then that's perfect. You'll hit it eventually. There's no real rush to that quest, but so after we kill that giant for no reason, there is a somber holding beetle up here to the east of that. After that, we can head through this little archway. I think there's an item here. Okay. Oh yeah, soft cotton. Grab that. Might as well. And then we're gonna head on top of that archway we just passed underneath. This one I'm under right now. We're going to head up that. We're going to hit our site of grace and start our little Milicent tour. So follow the map. See where I'm going. And we'll continue on. Milicent spawns right where we're sitting, basically right up against that little pillar right there, right where I'm facing. So this is where we're going to be going right now. This is in Altus Plateau. And right as we get there, we can head northeast up on the ledge of the rocks here, exhaust all of her dialogue, and then we'll be moving to Windmill Village. Alright, let's fucking emote on her real quick, I guess. Alright, she didn't care. So let's pop open the map. Let's head over to Windmill Village. We're going to head up to the top site of grace. If you don't have that site of grace that I'm going to, just head on up there and kill the Godskin Noble. I think you can summon her now to help you actually on that fight. So if you did that already and you're where I'm at, just go ahead and talk to her. And then we're going to head right back to where we were. And she will show up here at this site of grace in the Mountaintops of the Giants. And we can just progress it along until we see her again.
To think we'd meet. What could your purpose possibly be? I know all upon me again. I'm searching. I heard indeed the Haligtree is hidden somewhere in these I'm searching for a fort to the north of the ruins. I heard the master of the fort was given a medallion that allowed him to visit the Haligtree.
Alright, now we are heading over to a merchant shack, which is toward the western side, but for right now we're heading northeast. And then we are going to be taking a left at the river the frozen river. And we're going to be heading all the way west until we hit the merchant shack on the other side of this pillared bridge. There are some bats and some other enemies. Feel free to kill them. A couple items on the ground there. Alright, now that they're dead, there is our little merchant shack. I'm going to head on over, and in the back of it we can pick up the traveling Maiden Set. Pretty decent little set of gear. Nice hood. Some good pieces you can mix and match. Alright, now there is a pile of kind of just like, I guess, dead golem bodies here. Just some items on it. There's a smithing stone on the northern side of it as well. Or, excuse me, the northeastern side. There we go. And now we're going to head south from that pile. We're going to take this spirit spring up, landing to the east. Some Trina's lily there. And we're going to make our way up. And now we are facing east. And, excuse me, we're going to be taking the bridge across first, I think. Yeah, so let's take the bridge. We're going to be heading north across the bridge. Of the pillared bridge we went under to get to the merchant shack. We're going to ride right past all these summoned skeletons. You guessed it, there is a Tibia Mariner nearby. However, we're going to make our way to the Tibia Mariner here in a little bit. We got one destination to reach before that. This site of grace. Alright, so while we're over here and we're still on the western section, let's actually, we'll take care of the Tibia Mariner a little bit later. So let's go up around this hill. There's another bridge here heading to the east, southeast. And we're going to head across that. And then to the right as we come off of it, we are going to be met by an Erdtree avatar. I'm going to throw some rocks at it. There we go. This avatar is a bit special, has an ability we haven't seen them use before, which it will clone itself right there, right as it gets about half health. Keep on the one that, the original one. To tell the difference, I'm not sure if there's a clear visual way to tell, but I know that when they summon their clone, the clone usually steps out of them. So there we have our Cerulean Tear and our Crimson Bubbletear. Now I'm going to take you to the bridge that has Corhyn and Goldmask on it. I am not at that part yet because we left them in Lindell. We're just heading southwest right now. Grab some golden runes. I left here's the bridge again. I left Corhyn and Goldmask in Lindell because I didn't have the intellect to use Law of Regression on the America statues. So right back there is where they will be at. They will be right here on this bridge, chilling right here, praising the Erdtree. And we left Corhyn and Goldmask right around here. You can actually see there to the left of where my cursor is, the little NPC icon, right next to the Colosseum. So if you're still stuck on that and you do have the end, go back there and finish that off. And now we are heading down and around to the northeast. There's some ruined structures here, the Stargazer's Ruins. And we are on the western section of the Mountaintops. Part 3. Just killing some bats here. We're going to go into this structure. There's going to be a jellyfish here. We're going to grab our jellyfish summon and summon our jellyfish, and it'll be a cool little mini quest line. I think this quest line is actually tied to the girl who upgrades your summons at Roderica, I think her name is. Yeah, Roderica. So they do a little thing. They want to go see the stars. Yeah. Unbeknownst to them, the stars are pretty violent. So I'm going to equip the emote they just gave us, because I want to do a little dance. I have a hard time finding them. There it is, fancy spin. Alright. Alright, so right past the jellyfish, we can go on downstairs here. Pop open this chest, and we will grab our Primal Glintstone blade. This is a talisman. You use less FP, but your HP is reduced. So let's come on out of there. We are heading east now, northeast, up those little stairs, and kill some more bats. And then we are going to go and make our way over toward a Deathrite bird. Remember, there's the Death Birds and the Deathrite birds. We have 2 more Deathrite birds, and I think we have maybe 1 more Death Bird. We may have gotten all of those already. So let us head southwest, past all the ruins. We're in the snow, we're looking west. And this is the area we are heading toward, which is also Castle Sol, which will be the next section of this video. So let's head across this bridge to the northwest. Here are the skeletons again. And we also have the Tibia Mariner we can go actually just kill real quick. So let's keep heading on by. We're heading east, northeast right now. And at the end of the little cliff ledge here, we have some snails and our friend, the Tibia Mariner. So you don't have to worry about it teleporting. Alright, we got Helphens Steeple. It's pretty good great sword that buffs you. Actually, I think it debuffs others, but it's pretty cool. Looks really nice too. Too bad you can't change the Ash of War. And then we also got our Deathroot. So we've gotten a few of them already. So if you want to turn those in, you can turn them in. Now we are heading down this little pathway that curves back and forth. Southwest is our spot that the Deathrite bird is going to spawn. And this guy's got all the powers. But we do get a very, very nice spear from him. The Death Ritual Spear. And this spear is int based. think it does have an int requirement. It is very good, and it has a very cool death spell that's very unique to itself. I would highly consider playing around with it if you're able to. Getting 2 of these, having someone drop one for you online or in New Game Plus, is pretty great to dual wielding them, because they are spears, so spears are pretty nice dual wielded. And these guys are they're very vulnerable to holy damage, so if you have holy abilities, use them, or grease, anything. Alright, my summon got the killing blow. Now we are going to be heading down further to Castle Soul. We're going to check that spear out real quick. There it is. Yep, it does have an int scaling on it. Alright, so Castle Soul. Big deal. This is a big deal here. It's not terrible, but it does have some very tough enemies. Just a few. But we can handle all that shit. So let's head on over to the northeast here. We're heading downward. Avoid the lightning. Feel free to pick up all of the lightning materials though, of course. The Foliar Bloom. And you can go ahead and take down that mausoleum. I think I clipped it out because I don't know what the issue I had, but I did take it down eventually. If you want to hear the bell ringing the entire time you're in here, go ahead and leave it there. But we got 2 doggy dogs in here, so we're going to pull this guy to the left, or you can bottleneck him and get him stuck in the door because he won't come out of the door. The other one is to the right, tucked back in there, so they should not aggro if you don't get too far from where we're at right now. Alright, hit him right in the dick. Got the Zamor, some of the other materials they drop. And now we are going to be heading in. There are a couple paths you can take in here. We're going to take just one path basically to start us out. I am going to go rest real quick because they do not respawn. And I want all my stuff reset. So let's head back in, and we are going to head to the right. We're going to grab this item that was right behind this one. Got the golden rune. We're going to come over here just for a minute. There is a item here. Yeah, some smithing stones. And then we're going to head back, and we're going to take a right at the entrance. Past all the palisades. Palisades, whatever they are called. Up the stone steps. Take a right. And there is a doorway on the left we are going to go in with 2 torches. We're going to kill all the slugs. They're going to drop down on us. We're going to continue to kill them. And we're going to head up the ladder now. And depending on how often you die after this, you are going to be taking this route quite often. Alright, we make it all the way to the top. Grab those fan daggers. There should be an area that we can... Here we go. Alright, so we're going to travel across. This is a little bit difficult, and it really sucks if you die. because you have to run all the way back here. But we are going to be running across these ramparts here. And there are crossbow fucking ballistas. That's what they're called, excuse me. These ballistas that are just shooting out. Anytime you come within sight of them, they'll shoot you immediately. So the moment you're in their line of sight, they will take a shot on you. And you can just dodge roll the whole way through. So if you die here, it kind of sucks, because you got to run all the way back through all that bullshit. But not too bad. Once you get through, we will be getting to a site of grace up here soon. So when we get to the last ballista guy, kill him, we can come on down this ladder. Here is our first item of Castle Soul, the painting. Pretty cool one. And I will be showing you the location to get the Greathood at the end of Castle Soul. Since we don't really want to leave quite yet, we just got here. Let's open up this shortcut if we ever need it. That shortcut does make things a little easier. So head back up the ladder, and we're going to jump on these little awning tent things. And we're going to be hopping down. So we're going to hop up on the wall of the roof we're on. Kill this Stormhawk. They usually can't get all the way up here, but I've seen them get up here before. So you can just kind of chop it through the wall there like I did. So we're going to hop down on the perch it was on, the roof. Grab our Stormhawk Axe. That's the second item there. And we're going to be dropping down. There are some dogs. You can clear them out, range or melee, whatever you prefer. Then we'll be heading on through the door to the north. Alright, we are in through the doorway. Bunch of mead-like barrels. And there is a staircase here. We're going to take it on up. And then we'll be heading back outside here. And this is going to be a familiar place for you as well. We will have some spirit spawn in. They do a ranged attack that's pretty effective. So be aware of that. It's like one of the, can't think of what they're called, like the troll roars, the wind fucking attacks. But after that, whenever you guys kill them, whether you kill them or not, or just want to run by them, you can run all the way through in the church, take a left, hit that site of grace. Now I'm back where the first spirit spawned. I had to clip some stuff out. The video kind of got messed up. Back where those first spirits spawned, you can run back or whatever. You can take a left up those stairs, and we're just collecting some items over here. Got some golden runes, and we're going to come back down. And there is this archer that's been shooting at me this whole time. I'm just going to go up there and grab him real quick. I gotta fight this guy again because I don't know what happened to my footage or what really went on there. But he's back. There we go. And the archer dude is still up here. Cool. Alright, so there is a ladder on the wall to our east. We are going to be grabbing that as well. And we do see the grace inside there. Make sure we had grabbed that. And from outside of the Grace, we're going to head up that ladder to the east. We're going to head north across this snowy path here. Grab some runes. And then at the end of that path is a bridge, a little wooden bridge, to some more rooftops and some big wolves. Rock to the face. I love that. Got another banished knight. Kill enough of these guys, we can get their armor. I don't know if all of them in here do, but I've picked up some of their pieces while being in here, so I'm just not sure the drop rate or which, if there are any that don't drop any. So, or certain ones that do. But they got some pretty decent armor. Look, I just got the helmet there. You can't really see it, but I gotta put some bolts on, new bolts. There we go. Alright, so we head across that wooden bridge. We are now where that banished knight and wolves came from. We can head up these stairs to the northwest. Roll through some barrels. And there is an item actually on this dead body. There it is. Gotta kind of hop up. Okay. Stonesword Key. And then we can head back down the stairs. We head back over the wooden bridge that we came from. And then we're going to head past, back to the ladder, but we're going to go past the ladder. We're going to go to the corner here, loot this body. And the site of grace is right down here. We have to open it from the other side though, duh. But the church is right in there, so we know where we're at. Alright, so if we take a left coming out of there, where the grace was, I am going to teleport back to the site of grace just because, at the beginning, just because I kind of want to start off from there right now. And if you've died, I guess you can use this to see where you're going. So from the site of grace, we are coming back to where we first entered the castle, or the castle walls, I guess. We're going to kill those snails, climb on up the ladder. Go across the palisades. And once we turn this corner, we're going to get bombarded by ballista bolts. So be ready to dodge better than I did. I'm just going to go ahead and run past all them. There's our Stormhawk friend. We are running through all of that right back where we were with our other spirit buddies and our banished knight up here. We're going to run through. We're going to get back to that grace real quick. So that's how we get back. And now that we are at the grace. Oh yeah, that door doesn't open. That's right. Alright, so we are going to go into the church room here. We're going to grab the Eclipse curved sword. The Eclipse Shotel. Pretty cool. Not really effective at all though, but cool weapon. It'll probably be nice coming up in the expansion, we'll see. So now we are heading south a little ways till we get to this ladder. Dudes are going to be shooting at us. Take them out when we get to them. There's one more that's shooting at us, but he's down there. No worries. Alright, so now we're going to head, west to the tower here, head on around it, take this ladder down, and there is going to be a pretty difficult banished knight here. This guy has some crazy combos that he'll just stagger lock you into. It's best to stance break him or poise break him, stagger him, if you will. So I'm just going to throw rocks at him until he dies, pretty much, because this dude's a fucking beast. Yeah, fuck him. You don't want him to start off on his combo with such little room to get away from him. So kill him. We get our Cerulean Medallion1 off the ledge there, that little wooden ledge. And now we are going to make our way to the boss, who will give us our Veteran's Prosthesis. So head back. We're going to take this ladder back up. We're also going to get the other half of the Haligtree Medallion that we had gotten before. That opens up the Consecrated Snowfields, which is next to this area we are in, which we'll be getting to in the next video. So we are coming back here to where the first ladder was. I didn't actually mean to go down it. So let's go back up it. I want to kill this archer over here. And that's where we're going, if this archer's up for you. If not, just skip forward a little bit. But he's in there, so whatever. I'm just going to take this ladder down. All these rats down here. Take them out. And we can grab a smithing stone. And then we'll head on outside. And then we're heading east to grab a rune arc. Let's see where we are here. Alright, we're going to go back to the Church of Eclipse. Just wanted to grab a few of those items. Now to the boss room. So we're going to head out of the church. Head back over to the ladder. But we're not going to take the ladder. We're going to hop up on these this wall here. And continue our way across. We're going to grab this item. A good old smithing stone, a somber 8. I'm going to take these guys out real quick. Or just one of them. This pulley crossbow is super nice. Alright, so let's go back to the Church of Eclipse. I just wanted to grab that item I forgot. Sorry, I was a little confused going through here. This is a tough area if you don't know where all the stuff is and find it hard to remember. So after coming out of the church, we're going to head on through. We're going to get met with some spirit dudes in the next building. Feel free to kill them or just run by all of them. If you die to the boss coming up, you will have to just come back through here anyway, unless you take the shortcut elevator to the west of my location right now. You can use that as a shortcut. But whatever you want, I usually just run from the church. So either way, you're going to have to, pretty sure either way you aggro something. And each area has a banished knight, so I'm just going to take these guys. And you know, another thing, so what actually sucks too is that when you get to the fog wall to enter the boss room, and you summon your mimic right when you enter, or your summon, if you're using summons, he'll just start fighting these enemies out here. Like, he'll be in the boss room with you, but he'll be like aggroed on them. But this boss isn't too terrible. You can take out his, he's going to have two spirit dudes with him. You can take them out pretty quickly. One of them rushes you, the other one goes slow, so you have a lot of time to take one out. And you can summon, so take advantage of it if you need to. So there is Commander now. We've kind of seen him before, but not really, I guess. So let's take this first one that was rushing us out. Got him down really far, so that's good. I hit them both with splash damage as well from the rock. And that's it for him. Now we're going to grab our other guy while our Mimic has aggro. Not anymore, but let him get aggro. And this guy, he doesn't do a whole lot of crazy attacks. You can see them coming from a mile away. So if you just stay away from him a bit, and when he's doing ice stuff, just, you know, kind of back up, you'll be good. I know it's easy to say that when my summon is doing all the work right now. However, you can clearly see that his animations are quite slow. Took him a while to pull those swings off. He basically shows you exactly what he's doing. As I take a bunch of hits from him. Alright, there we go, guys. Good job. We are a little over halfway, I guess, about through the video. So this would be a great time to like and subscribe, guys, if you're still here. Grab that Site of Grace, and we're going to head north through that gate there, through that opening, I don't know, doorway. And there is an elevator up here, and we're going to take it up. We're going to grab the other half of the Haligtree Medallion, and then we are going to go over and grab the Greathood from the painting that we picked up at the beginning of this video. So I'm just letting this guy do his thing, give us some lore bits. There is our medallions, and you can go to the Grand Lift of Roll to access the other areas, which we will be doing. So we're going to head back to this Site of Grace here. Alright, and I am traveling over to this bridge all the way to the kind of southwest. Here's those guys again. Alright, and here is the painter. And our awesome Greathood. Fucking ridiculous. Definitely try it on. If you don't know what the Greathood is, equip it. You now have to play the rest of your playthrough with that on. Alright, so now we are heading to the eastern section of the Mountaintops of the Giants. We are out of the western. We're heading to the eastern. We only have 2 parts in the eastern, and we have 1 cave dungeon that we're going to be doing, and then we're heading to the southern section to fight the fire giant. So not too much to do left. If we head southeast, there is a invisible bridge here that I am just running across. You can look for little cloud smoke to see where this separates right where I'm at, or this has a T intersection and curves upward. You can also use those rainbow stones or the other rocks that you can throw on the ground to figure out if you should take another step forward or not. And there's the little cloud. I can see the little smoke up on it. That kind of tells you exactly where to go. And depending on if you're online or not, you can see other people's messages. So after we get up here, a seal has been broken. There's these little avian net dudes that are just going ballistic right when you enter, so take them out. Let them do their thing first, though. And we are going to go up to the top of this tower and grab the Founding Rain of Stars spell. Not really amazing, but it's pretty cool. There's a train going by behind the house, so excuse the noise if there is any. And after this, we are going to go fight our boy Vyke in the Everjail nearby. Vyke is that dude. Everybody loves him. Vati Vidya, go watch some videos on him. So we are done here. I'm just admiring the view. We're gonna roll our way dangerously down those stairs. Go back down the lift. Alright, kill this last Marionette guy, Marionette, whatever they are. Head out here. And we already got in there, so you know what's going on. We are now at the front of this tower with the invisible pathway to it. And we're going to head southeast. We see some balloons floating up in the air. Let's kill them on our way to the Everjail. Get those runes. Alright, now that that is over with, we're going to head through the palisades. They are facing us as we are heading through them. So we are heading... Fuck this dog. We're heading south, southwest. We're going to grab this Site of Grace, but before we go up in this this area here, we are going to take care of a few other things. This is where we came from here. Invisible Bridge, the tower, and then down to here. We don't really need a map. If you want to go grab the map down there, just go grab it. I'm not going to grab it right now. But we are going to head northeast, back through the palisades. And now we're heading southeast over to the Everjail. And let's go kill us our Vyke. We will be getting his awesome armor. And we will also be getting his incantation weapon buff, Vykes Dragonbolt. It's alright. The lightning buff is better though. Alright, good job. We are outside the Everjail. We are on the eastern part 1. All we need left is a Sacred Tear and a Dragonheart. This dragon's pretty similar to all the other ones we've fought. Just has ice, the dragon Boralius. But first we're going to collect some runes. This dog is really giving me a hard fucking time. Collect some runes from these graves. I fucking hate these graves, man. But I just gotta get them. Alright, and from here we are going to be heading east, down to that church in the distance. And the footage for the dragon fight, Borealis, whatever its name is, for some reason I lost it. I'm not sure where it's at on the computer. I know I recorded it, because I fought him a couple times and it was one straight recording through all of it, but I'm unsure of where it went, so I don't have the footage of it. However, in the middle of the lake, this frozen lake that we are in right now, is the dragon. He will spawn. Everything will be very hazy. You won't be able to see that far because of the fog until you kill Borealis. So if you head northwest from where I am at into that frozen lake, you gotta go deep into it, you will find the dragon. Now I am in that area right now on my character. I just killed it, I'm assuming, and I'm heading down to Spiritcaller Cave. So we are done with the eastern part 1. We got our Dragonheart just now from that dragon we killed. The new Borealis breath unlocked. And we are going into Spiritcaller Cave, one of the coolest armor sets in the game in here, as well as a really great talisman that heals you. And a decent incantation. So we're going to be basically speed running through if you want. You can kill the snails on your way. Some of them are a little hidden. It will make things easier for you if you just bum rush the snails and not fight all the other guys. One of the summoned enemies in here is Okina. I would recommend just not having to fight him if you don't have to. You will see why, especially once we get his sword and you try it out for yourself, his katana, which will be in the southern section of this video. But after we get all that loot there, we can just keep on heading through the tunnel, guys. And if you hit an area where you drop down or you fall through the floor, that's okay. Just keep heading. You'll eventually hit the boss room. But right now we went past that location that you can fall through the floor. I don't know what my problem is right now. So we are heading back. Jumping down. There is Okina. We do not want to mess with him. There's the snail that summons him. So if you ever run back, just kill the snail. And it is worthwhile with the spirits up ahead of us before the boss door to kill the 2 snails that are here, because your summon, if you use your summon in the boss room, will aggro them and it won't be effective for you. So the first snail is to the right where I'm at right now, and the next snail is to the left right before we enter the cave to the boss room. There is our white reed armor set. Make sure you pick that up. And I'm going to skip the other snail for now, but he is to the left as right before you enter this cave here. So we're going to go in here. This is a little difficult now. We're going to have 2 Godskin Apostles. However, we will be able to fight them back to back rather than at the same time. Excuse me. So, do your best. They have the same abilities they've always had. Try and get this guy down as quick as possible so that your summon can be up for the second fate, or the second apostle, the fat one. Alright, that took a lot longer than I wanted it to. So there's our talisman we got. Successive attacks restore hit points. Pretty cool. It's actually pretty good. And now we are heading out of the cave. And we're getting into Eastern Part 2 section of the video. Eastern Part 1 had Vykes Dragonbolt and the Invisible Bridge and the dragon that is in the middle of this lake. Now we're going to go grab an Ash of War Seppuku. Really great Ash of War to buff yourself with. Alright, now that we're done collecting a few little items, we're going to head southwest, west, and there is an invisible beetle on the ground here circling these trees. Take him out, and that's how we will get Seppuku. Seppuku. Miss. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go grab a Site of Grace. Right over this little hill. Next to the tree. And make sure we rest. This is the Freezing Lake Site of Grace. Now we're going to head down into that river, that frozen river we've been to before, south. There's a sleeping giant and a walking one. We're just going to go grab some items real quick and head back out of here. We'll get this golden seed. And then we can teleport back to the road, Site of Grace. Alright, now we are back at this little fort. So we're going to clear our way through here. Nothing in here really drops any guaranteed items. Except I think the big guy might drop his armor. I don't think he drops anything else, and we already have the weapon. So we're gonna head inside. This is a very short castle, fort, garrison. We're gonna sneak around. We're gonna kill this dog. We're gonna kill all the enemies in here, of course, and we're gonna loot the shit out of it. The only hard guy in here is, I think, the guy who drops you the one-eyed shield. He does use the one-eyed shield. It is a big cannon. It can potentially one-shot you, so do be careful. After we kill those guys, on the other side of the fort that we came in, the garrison, there is a exit out here. Ooh. You can grab those runes real quick and then come back in. There's some rats. So we're just exploring around real quick, making sure there's nothing that we're missing. Some more runes. There you go. Alright, now there is a ladder that we're going to be taking that is on the side of this platform I'm on. Let's go grab that and get to the top of the garrison. These guys up here are a little tough. They got some long pole arms there. Another smithing stone. Alright, from here we're going to break these crates, hop down onto the wooden platform below, take our way around, and up here is the one-eyed shield guy. So take him down as you can. There is another enemy inside that tower there that your summon, if you've summoned him already, will aggro. So just keep that in mind. Your summon should be fine, but you may not be, who knows. This guy is super cool. Can't give him a chance to use that Ash of War on that thing, man. It'll blast you. Alright, after we are done with him, I'm gonna pick up my body. This tower has nothing in it. There we go. It's the other tower. We're going to go up that other tower. We're going to grab the Giant's Prayer Book. Alright, there it is. So let's head back down. Now we're going to hop through the broken section of this wall. Take the path along here. Grab a butterfly. We can backtrack a little bit. I'm going to jump up on the wall here. Head across onto the snowy rooftop. That guy's probably not alive for you guys if you didn't die. Alright, and at the end of the garrison here, we can find Gravelstone. Sweet. This guy's still alive? What the fuck happened? What's he doing? Alright, so now we're done inside of here. Let's head on out. We're just going to go kill a few people. And then we're going to go find a beetle with the Prelate's Charge in it. Ash of War. And then we're going to grab the map fragment. Alright, so I died. That's alright. We're going to go back to this site of grace and we're going to head on to the beetle. I just want to see if we could get any of their gear, any of the fire monk gear or anything like that. It's pretty cool stuff. So let's head back through, pass all our friends. And there's a hill up here that will look you directly at the beetle, which is in one of these little tree thingies. So all the way southwest, get past, almost past the palisades, before the fence or the chain. There is a little outlook over the garrison we were just at right here. And we can use our tab target or our target lock to see the beetle there. Knock him down and then just go kill him. Now these fire witches are going to come and fuck you up if you aren't too careful, but like that. But you can grab it and go. It's a really good Ash of War. Alright, now that that is over with, we're going to head across the chain. Grab our map fragment and our grace. And now we are starting the southern section, starting off with Giant's Conquering Grave. It's Giant's Conquering Hero's Grave, but again, I removed a word for visuals. And yes, there's these fucking hands. You guys should always try and kill these hands if you can, if they're not too much trouble for you, because they are highly likely to drop sombers, even the small ones. Look, there's one up there waiting. Yes, I switched builds again. This is my Sunbro build. I'm definitely gonna make a video on this. I don't have all the stuff on him like proper right now. Probably until towards like the end of this video when I fight the fire giant. So don't mind too much if I look like I'm doing stupid shit. Alright, so we are continuing south all along that little span of all those little hands. And we come out into a bigger area. We're now heading west, southwest. We're heading toward that hero's grave all the way over there. And we're getting our sombers as we go. There's a hand that'll climb out right there. It can't follow you across here though, so we're going to kill it from across the way. Alright, now we can make our way further west to the hero's grave. This ain't that bad of a hero's grave though, it's just a little dumb. So pop that open, hit this elevator, grab our grace. Alright, so as we get past the grace, there is a Stonesword Key unlock Foggate. Let's go on in there, grab Flame Protect Me. Nice little utility spell. And then we're going to head into the dungeon. Our boss of the dungeon, as you could tell probably, is a Zamor warrior. Those guys are a little tough, but fun. So we have a flame monk up here. You can get the surprise on him. The big old fucking hammer, god damn. And then we're going to head back to the right. And there is a window here that we're going to hop out. Oh, excuse me. There's an illusionary wall we're going to go through. And then a window at the end of the hall that we're going to hop out of. First, let's pick up this item. Some golden runes. So there is a, this is one of those heroes graves that have the light mechanic. So these imps will pop down. Get ready to beat them up. Remember, they enemies do get stun locked when they enter the light area if they are dark. So there is a watchdog right there. We don't have to fight him. We can actually sneak right by him. We're going to sneak by him to the left down the ramp, and then we're going to come back up. So there is a glove ward down here, and an imp, 2 imps. Let's bring them back up with us. There's one. There's 2. Alright, now we can take this other pathway to the south, leading to a fire trap. As normal, we are going to run to it, hide in here with the flame monk. Let the flame monk get flamed. Just watch this happen. Alright, now we can go shut this thing off. There we go. And now that that's shut off, we can head up these stairs to the south. And here is a fire monk coming down the stairs. We can get the jump on him. there is another fog gate up on top of the stairs where the fire monk came from. Let's go ahead and open that up. We should have plenty of Stonesword Keys. Get that freezing grease. Don't fall down that hole there. Here's some dark enemies here. Get the cranial candle stand. Cranial vessel candle stand. Watch out for that hole. Alright, so we're going to head south through this tunnel here. Ride the elevator down. Hopefully they don't follow you guys too far. If they do by now, they should fall and die. Alright, now we're going to hit that elevator again, because that will bring a light down here that we are going to need for our troll friend. So here's a lever. We can pull this lever. It'll open up that little gateway there. Hit the elevator to make it go back up. And we're going to pull our buddy here into the light and get him done with. Alright, a heavy door has been opened. That means the boss door. But first we're going to jump down here. You don't have to kill him. He doesn't drop anything for us. So we're going to sneak over. We're going to grab the giant's seal. This is a good seal to have if you're using a lot of the giant incantations. And we're going to head over to the south tunnel. Both lead to the same area though. Both of these exits lead to the same area. You'll drop down and you'll enter a room. And this watchdog we're going to be running past. And that one as well. We're going to run to the other side of the pillar, grab our glovewort. We're going to run past the other one, do the same thing. And we're going to quickly take this ladder up. Hopefully we don't get hit. Now all that is left is to go fight the boss. So this will take us back to where the troll was that we killed with the circle of light. We are just on the high ground now. And you can actually use this to cheese it. If you're having too much trouble with the troll, you can wrap around and kill it from up here. So now we're going to head past the circle of light, past where the trolls spawn, and fight us our Zamor warrior. And get his really good gear. Alright, let's head on out of here and we can start the southern section of Mountaintops of the Giants. Only one part to that. And then we'll go ahead and fight the Fire Giant. I will have a bit of a spoiler that I'll let you guys in on when we get to the Fire Giant section. So if you don't want to hear it, I'll let you know when I tell it. You guys can skip ahead about 30 seconds then. So for now, this is our southern section. Not a whole lot going on, but a whole lot to grab. So we're first going to grab our Rivers of Blood and the Okina mask from an invader as we enter the church up here. And when we enter the church, before we enter the church, we'll get knocked off our horse because we're being invaded. We're just heading all the way southwest through all this bullshit. And there I am knocked off. You want to get to the Site of Grace so that if you die, you don't have to run back. And Okina is a very strong opponent, so yeah, he ran at me and obliterated me there. So if you die like I did, he went straight for his Ash of War. If you're familiar, then you know the reaction time I had there didn't help. He is easily staggered and poise broken, but it's not seeming I'm doing the job here. Alright, got him dead. If you're into blood builds and katanas, Rivers of Blood is for you. If you're not into it, it's still for you. Try it out, it's pretty fun. So now there's a skull up here. We're going to hop up on this skull in the mouth, grab the Ancient Dragon Somber Stone. Those are for making your weapons that upgrade through Somber Stones a +10. There's not a whole shitload of them, and you can't buy them from the Maiden, so I'm pretty sure you can't. So be careful on what weapons you make a +10. So now we are heading east-ish, northeast, and we are looking for a Site of Grace right now. Here we go. Just keep following the wall there, the cliffside, and you'll find it. And there's some chains going over toward the boss area. Right now, let's upgrade our flasks. And the last thing we need here is a Ash of War Troll's Roar and the Crimson Whirl Tear. Now, the Ash of War here, there is a beetle up here that teleports. For some reason, I could not find it. I came back later and I found it. So it's right up here in this little area here with this dead giant. It teleports to the south, the direction I'm facing now, right down there. And then when you go to it, it'll teleport back up here. So it's not hard to find. This is where it's at. It's just I don't know what happened here, but I couldn't find it. And I really didn't feel like trying to find it, so I got it later though. You guys know where it's at. So now we're going to go grab the Crimson Whirl Tear. That is to the southeast more, south-southeast. And we're heading up the hill. You know what, let's just go back to the Forge Site of Grace. I gotta get my bearings straight. So we're heading northeast. Start hearing some giants up here. We're heading now north. And we are taking a little hide right here so I can see where we're at. Yeah, so we're having some giant troll dudes. And we're going to head northeast through all these guys. Grab that golden rune. There's a big fucking hand boss there. Doesn't drop shit for you, but keep on going down the road, down the path to the north. As it narrows, you keep going. There's a bunch of spider hands. Just ignore them. Now we're heading west. We see a chain bridge in front of us. And here is our Bubbletear. Alright. Now when we get a chance, we're going to hop down the little gravestone things on the side here to get to our site of grace. If you're in combat, that's how we get down. If not, you can just teleport, of course. Alright, now let's go to the site of grace that we had just unlocked. And now we're going to fight the fire giant. So you can summon your buddy Alexander Jar right as you enter this. The last time I played this, we were able to stay mounted when we were fighting. I guess that's not a thing anymore. So this is all on foot now, which is kind of good. So this guy, you want to straight go for his left leg until that breaks. Gives you a lot of time to deal damage to him. And then once he hits his second phase at half health, you're going to be going for his hands. If you want to play it safe, you can just run behind him. Hopefully your summon will take aggro most time. However, he does do a lot of abilities that are hard to see coming because they are up so high out of frame. But get it done. He's not terribly hard. You just gotta take the hits and have enough flash to last through them all, I guess. So after you're done fighting this guy, you will unlock Farum Azula if you choose to do so. This is the spoiler, so if you don't want to hear it, skip ahead about 10 seconds. You will not be able to go to Lindo anymore as it is. So a certain part of this map will be unavailable, or a certain part of the lands between will be unavailable. If you are not done with the area that I just mentioned, then I would recommend going back there and getting whatever you need done. We are not going to be going into this section yet, and if you want to go into Farum Azula, which is a new area that's opened up, if you choose to do this, going up onto this cauldron, sitting at the site of grace, and talking to Melina. If you do not want to progress yet and still have some things to do on land here, I'd recommend doing those first. We still have the consecrated snowfields. We still have a Haligtree, and I think one other area that we haven't covered yet. So if you want to get everything done before entering the true end game, which is just a couple areas, but it does change the map right now. So I'd recommend holding off on that and getting the areas done before speaking to Melina at that cauldron. But that is it for now, guys. We are going to be hitting the Grand Lift of Rod in the next video for the consecrated snowfields and then the Haligtree. I hope to see you there. Like and subscribe. Stay cool.